Welcome to Scambaiting Emails. One of the first email scams was the blackmailing scam. In retrospect, its crudeness and simplicity seem almost quaint. Odds are that at some time you've received emailed blackmail attempts from people claiming to be hackers and threatening to expose your disgusting personal habits to the world. In reality, they've simply spoofed your email address. This is the first one I ever received, roughly a decade ago. Unlike many of our Scambaiting emails, this one does not evolve into a long back-and-forth relationship between the scammer and me. At one point in my reply to the scammer, you'll see a word that has been partially, if rather ineffectively, censored. That hasn't been done for your benefit, and you'll be seeing what the scammer saw. The subject line of the email advises me that my email address has been compromised. Hello! I'm a hacker who cracked your email and device a few months ago. You entered a password on one of the sites you visited, and I intercepted it. This is your password from your email on moment of hack. Of course, you will change it, or already changed it, but it doesn't matter. My malware updated it every time. Do not try to contact me or find me. It is impossible, since I sent you an email from your account. Through your email, I uploaded malicious code to your operation system. I saved all of your contacts with friends, colleagues, relatives, and a complete history of visits to the internet resources. Also, I installed a Trojan on your device and long tome spying for you. You are not my only victim. I usually lock computers and ask for a ransom, but I was struck by the sites of intimate contact that you often visit. I am in shock of your fantasies. I've never seen anything like this. So, when you had fun on piquant sites, you know what I mean, I made screenshot with using my program from your camera of yours device. After that, I combined them to the content of the currently viewed site. There will be laughter when I send these photos to your contacts, but I'm sure you don't want it. Therefore, I expect payment from you for my silence. I think $815 is an acceptable price for it. Pay with Bitcoin. My BTC wallet is... If you do not know how to do this, enter into Google how to transfer money to a Bitcoin wallet. It is not difficult. After receiving the specified amount, all your data will be immediately destroyed automatically. My virus will also remove itself from your operating system. My Trojan have auto alert. After this email is read, I will know it. I give you 2 days, 48 hours, to make a payment. If this does not happen, all your contacts will get crazy shots from your dark, secret life. And so that you do not obstruct, your device will be blocked also after 48 hours. Do not be silly. Police or friends won't help you for sure. P.S. I can give you advice for the future. Do not enter your passwords on unsafe sites. I hope for your prudence. Farewell. I reply, Hello, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it appears an error has been made. That has never been used as a password for my email address. Obviously, you put a lot of time, work, thought, and effort into your enterprise, and it's a shame that it's all been for naught. For naught is kind of an archaic expression, but I like to use it occasionally to impress people. Good news, I can contact you or find you. My web security team did an extended reverse DNS trail, whatever that means, and they've identified the email address you used to contact me. How did you ever come up with such a weird address? And the ISP that hosts your email account. Extended reverse DNS trail is a term I made up for this response. If there really is such a thing, please feel free to let me know in a comment beneath this video. I've asked them to contact your ISP and give them a good scolding. It seems to me that if they promised your email sender address wouldn't be revealed to anyone, they should keep that promise and not reveal your email sender address to anyone. Whatever happened to real customer service anyway? I am, however, excited to learn that you located a list of all my friends, colleagues, and relatives. I thought I didn't have any friends. It's not my fault. It's just that all the people I meet are asshole. And then there are a couple of asterisks where the last 2 letters would be. I hope you'll be able to guess the last 2 letters of that word. Hint, one is an E and the other is an S. As an orphan, I've long wanted to locate at least 1 or 2 of my relatives. Not more than 2, though, because with my luck, they might turn out to be asshole, ***, too. just like all the people I've met who aren't even my relatives. I'm also relieved that you saved a complete history of my visits to the internet resources. The only internet resource I've ever visited is google.com, but I can't find where I wrote down their internet address, and I might want to visit them again sometime. I mean, after they've actually finished building their website. As I recall, when I went to their homepage, there was almost nothing there. How did you ever find out about my fantasies? I assume you're referring primarily to the one where Charlize Theron reads Camus' The Myth of Sisyphus to me while I search for that little green plastic letter opener that keeps disappearing from my desk, and then, when she's finished, reassures me that, in her opinion, based upon her training as a professional actress, there's more to our universe than formless chaos. I've been so careful to keep that fantasy secret because some people probably would think it's weird or something. I don't know what piquant means, so if I ended up on any of their sites, it must have been an accident or something. That's great that you managed to take a screenshot of one of the sites I visited. My mother doesn't believe me when I tell her I scored 9,300 on Call of Duty. Her best score was only 89.15. Would you please send me a copy of that screenshot? While I cannot pay you for your silence, if it'll help, I'll be glad to recommend you to a local Orthodox Jewish organized crime syndicate that is known to value what they call omerta, which is Hebrew for knowing how to keep your mouth shut. I'm sure you'll agree that's almost as good as silence. I've never heard of Bitcoin, and per your instructions, I looked at every single Barney Google comic strip and didn't see any mention of it. Is Bitcoin what the British call a halfpenny? Please don't take this the wrong way, but twice you mentioned Trojan. I don't talk about stuff like that with strangers. You know that auto alert you mentioned? Would you please tell me its name and where to get one? I've been looking for something that makes it so after an email is read, I will know it. Thanks in advance. Boy, you're right about the police not helping me. I called 911, that's their phone number, and asked them to send some detectives over here to find the little green plastic letter opener that keeps disappearing from my desk. That was 6 months ago, and they still haven't sent me any detectives. In closing, I appreciate your having offered me advice for the future. In my experience, that's a lot more helpful than getting advice for the past. But as Ben Franklin said, back when he was still alive, it's better to give bad advice than to receive it. By the way, did you know he invented the Franklin stove? In sincerity, Rob, or as my friends call me, Rob McClellan. And that's the last I ever heard from this would-be blackmailer. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to our channel so you'll know whenever I've added a new Scambaiting email video. If you'll be kind enough to share your comments, suggestions, requests, and reactions to this video in the comments section below, I promise to make sure Rob sees it. It's been an honor to share this unusually brief Scambaiting adventure with you. In sincerity and on behalf of Rob McClellan.